Well, hello and welcome to another playthrough of a Rising Sun campaign level. This time it's the fourth one, and already apologies for the weird lighting. Oops, I probably shouldn't kick my computer around. Yeah, the lighting is pretty bad here because I've lost the natural lighting, but I do have the time right now to record this video, so let's dive right into this. And in this one we have a kingdom with big ideas, and big ideas is a twist that lets us draw an extra card at the start of our turn. So we draw an extra copper here and thus start the game with 4 coppers and 2 estates in the first hand. Now, the kingdom itself is also rather interesting. We have a prophecy in Panic, and that means after 5 tea houses or kitsunes have been played, as they are the omen cards, Panic will trigger, and Panic is a prophecy that tells us when we play a treasure, we get 2 extra buys, and when we discard one from play, we return it to its pile. So yeah, let me show you the kingdom after removing myself from the picture. And yeah, strong cards here are, of course, as we saw in the one in the second campaign, I think, Daimyo. Then we also have Throne Room, which is nice with Daimyo. Essentially, it can double play Daimyos, and that's already great. And Tea House, of course, is a nice payload. And Kitsune and Ninja are 2 very strong attacks, so we certainly want to go for those. Now, also we again have change. In this case, it's the only trashing, and yeah, especially with that, the curses that Kitsune deals out do hurt a lot more. Panic will cause us to lose all of our coppers later, so we don't need to worry about trashing and thinning those, but nonetheless, yeah, getting ahead on thinning and being ahead of the game in general would be really nice. The kingdom plot looks as follows. We have, yeah, as I said, little thinning and change, but some thinning and panic. Some draw strong attacks, and yeah, the alt VP basically stems from Kitsune being able to junk your opponent. Now, apart from that, what do we want to achieve in this kingdom? Probably want to build a deck that we can draw each turn and then do some nice change stuff, some nice tea house stuff. I don't think we're going to go for too much of aristocrat. Kitsune gaining silvers might be nice with change to change stuff into provinces, or we can just live off of the payload of tea houses and kitsunes, and that in combination with daimyos and buy provinces. I don't know. Draw is provided here by Daimyo, as always, and some laboratory and ninja stuff. Ninja, especially with big ideas, implying that you shuffle more often. You see it once per shuffle as it's a shadow card, and yeah, it's a super strong attack here. So I did not prepare any opening advice, like any of the plots, but I think, of course, the worst opening here is to just have 3. And in that case, I might just go for silver, but feel really bad about myself. Also, fishmonger might be an option on the 3. But yeah, on 3 you maybe go for fishmonger actually, and then a kitsune afterwards, and try to also catch a ninja as soon as possible. On the 5, you go for Kitsune, I believe, and on the 4, just ninja, and on the 6 as well. Just a Kitsune should be great. Samurai, while it is an attack, I don't think it's going to be worth that much to pick it up. Even picking it up and getting it into play early is not worth losing out on the curse split or losing out on a discard attack. So yeah, ninja and kitsune, those are the 2 things you want to open with, and worst case opening being fishmonger. Maybe on the turn 2 then you get to hit 6, which also isn't that enticing actually. We can probably go for Ninja Daimyo than with the fishmonger stuff. Yeah, but we do have the four whatever, the 4/4, which is also really not what we're looking for. I believe we're picking up a change here, but I'm not very happy with that. Could also just be a throne room to double play a ninja, but and also to get in some village, but not hitting 5 here is really, really bad. Yeah, we get to discard here, draw an estate. We don't hit 5 once again, and the thing is that the change down there is there without any estates, so maybe it's okay to just pick up a daimyo. Yeah, these early draws and then the change can just pay off the debt. Although, of course, this forces us to just hit 3 here again, which is also not great. I'm inclined to pick up an aristocrat to solve some of our terminal issues, but maybe maybe silver at this point is alright. It will vanish with panic later on. And yeah, also having to discard here is not great. AI has already hit Kitsune. Our daimyo is essentially useless. Well, at least we do get to put in a Kitsune ourselves. And do we... Yeah, let's hope we do hit a change here. And with the big ideas draw, and indeed we do, which is, yeah, this is really, really good. But nonetheless, our deck is not looking all too great overall. Let's go for another Kitsune. We've already received the first curse, and yeah, we get to curse ourselves here while hitting 4 or 5. And now, of course, being able to double play this is really, really good. I think we just go for another daimyo next turn. We're probably getting discard attacked and might get to change another estate. What else do we have down there? Nothing of value, right? Yeah, if yeah, the curse, of course, which we might be able, yeah, which we might need to turn into something better instead of the estate. And yeah, what do we do here actually? That's a great question. I think we just pick up a 5 cost, which maybe should be a tea house or laboratory. Could also still be a kitsune. I think I like putting in some draw because panic is also coming up, and if we have some draw there, awful, we might be able to utilize stuff a bit better. And yeah, I'm just realizing since we're in the one debt and we have the Kitsune, we could play it for money and actions to be able to play the changing an estate, but probably it's better to just profit off of the change and get rid of this copper, because if we discarded the copper, we would not get rid of it here. And yeah, we get to curse, draw, and hit 5 here like this anyways. Probably pick up Tea House Daimyo now. And now we should start to get drawing. This is really good that AI doesn't manage to curse us more, because this way we will be able to we will probably be able to win the curse split, and that's pretty nice. How well has AI trashed? AI has trashed 2 of its estates, and we probably just double play this. We could also triple play this laboratory and then double play the Kitsune with the other Daimyo we have. Thank you. And curse AI here. Curse AI once again. And even once more. And now we get to pay off that. Change into a throne room, maybe? Or, yeah, I think throne room is fine at this point. And pick up throne room daimyo. Or just fishmonger daimyo. I think throne room daimyo to double play a lot of our actions should be really good. And this hand is looking pretty scary, actually. But maybe we draw something nice, and indeed we do. We can play throne room to double play a daimyo, which can double play throne room, which will now mean that we get to play a bunch of stuff twice. First the laboratory, then this daimyo. Now this kitsune, which should probably just gain us silvers. Now this kitsune, how many more plays do we have? Yeah, I think we are good to gain more silvers here. Double play daimyos. Probably I should have played the daimyo first there to get more action plays in, but I think it's also fine. Now get to triple play the tea house and then the change. Probably want to double play it to get rid of two of our cards here. First the estate into tea house maybe, and then a curse into tea house, and life is looking pretty good, I'd say. We get to attack AI here while also provincing, and we finally got pretty clean and can pick up throne room daimyo at this point and hope to pile out next turn, just to make sure we didn't have any pile out here. Yeah, no. Yeah, and just like that, we should be pretty good, especially since we got to clear out all of our curses while AI is still trying to do that itself. Yeah, let's double play this daimyo with the throne room again. And see what AI is doing there. No, actually now we could go for daimyo, throne room, daimyo to play a bunch of cards twice. Double playing daimyo is essentially double plays the throne room here, and yeah, we get to double play a bunch of cards. Let's not lose track of that too much. I think, yeah, just double playing a bunch of stuff is great. Let's draw up to these kitsune, so we get to gain a bunch of silvers again. Tea house now or change now? Could change stuff into fishmonger. I think we are essentially one. And change the ninja into I don't think we need to actually change the ninja into anything. We can just opt to not pay off the debt here and just get +3 of the change. And can double play tea house, double play this kitsune, double play fishmonger probably. And now the ninja or whatever, it doesn't matter. Still have an action for the laboratory, and we hit 11 buys, 25 money. It's enough to pile out all of the estates. I think that's just the easiest and buy another province and finish it off with a daimyo buy. Yeah, these silvers off of the kitsunes, of course, great fodder for the panic. And yeah, you just gotta be careful that you don't pile any of the treasure piles because panic will then screw you over. But yeah, this went fairly nicely. I enjoyed getting clean ahead of the AI. I think we both didn't hit 5 on the first reshuffle, which was rather unfortunate. Like, AI had the 4. What did AI have? AI had the same draws, the 4-4, only finding. Um, okay, we of course forced it to discard a copper there, so that meant it only hit 4 here, even though it played the ninja and drew one more copper, but also one more estate. And yeah, so both of us went for ninja change, and that just shows you how important hammering in this early ninja is. Maybe even on the 5, on the first turn, you might want to go for a ninja, just because yeah, you get to harass the opponent so much. And then only, well, I still don't really like this turn 3 play of buying a daimyo, but it was what it was. Because of that, we didn't get to change anything here. But also hitting 3 early on is just awful in this kingdom. Yeah, I believe this one should be one should be able to finish this one or two turns faster. Also depending on which attacks you get hit by, but also yeah, with just slightly better early draws. But yeah, I think that wraps it up. And with that, again, apologies for the bad lighting. But I did enjoy this playthrough, and I hope you did as well. And with that, I'll leave you here, and we'll catch you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.